Hi there. I just wanted to record this because if you don't know much about our site yet, I am the one of the two of us that actually lived with a problem drinker for 29 years. Wasn't so bad at the beginning of our marriage, but it certainly got worse. I got better at it. It took me a long, long time to figure out what worked and what didn't. And again, if you're new to the site, listen to what we're saying because um, if you listen, it'll save you hours and hours of grief and hassle. Because the one thing about, though I knew my partner loved me and I knew that he loved me, the very things that always worked in all the other areas, if I said, that I was hurting or whatever, and would he not do it, immediately he wouldn't do it. But in the area of drink, it almost made him worse. And if you look at the four P's, we talk about this. That we push buttons by mistake, and so we feel even more hurt and let down. And the reason I'm doing this is that Christmas was always one of the loneliest times of the year for me. If you've listened to the video we did just now, that I used to negotiate, and my husband would not drink during the day, but then at night he kind of would make up for it. And I remember many times as I put the stocking up and putting all the presents in by myself, um, just feeling so sad because it's the sort of thing, with Santa coming and all of this that you long to do with mum and dad. And then at the end of a Christmas evening, again, just with my husband just sometimes snoring and just, again, not being with me, the pain of that used to feel really, really tough. And so I'm here just to say, if you're feeling lonely and in pain, I really get that. I really witness that. And I just wanted to wrap my arm around yours, really. And just say in the loneliness of just wishing things were different, and maybe your partner has wrecked things and actually brought a horrible note. Perhaps he has been doing it with your family, and perhaps you've even had to go somewhere for a bit to get out the way. And the breath loneliness of fear that you feel about that is really, really tough. And I just want to say this matters. This pain matters. You matter. What you're going through matters to me. Matters because there's so many of us that we feel we're the only one going through it, but there's many of us going through it. And we all matter to each other. And I hope that there's some connections that are formed through this site so that you can actually be, and we've done one or two mentorship things. And one of the nice bits about that is seeing people listen to each other's story and reach out to each other. But at the moment, this is me. This is what I'm doing. And things can get better because one of the greatest agents of change in a relationship is you, and you are powerful. And if you're cared for, you're probably not in a relationship unless you feel there's care. And if there is no care, if there is violence, emotional, sexual, physical, please leave. Find a way. I don't know how you do it in your country. In our country, we can go and see the GP, and then they know places that where you can go and get away. I don't know what that's like. If you can't get away completely, find a place where you can kind of get as far away from what you can. Never argue with the drunk. Just be really careful there because you always end up being the worst. So don't hang around, please, unless you need to. But many of us are here because we know that we're loved and we love our partner. The very thing that keeps us in here is the thing that makes us hurt so much. But we have power. We have power because we are loved. And you can use that power in a good way, not by pushing buttons by mistake, but in a good way. And the whole of the site is about that. It's learning, first of all, how to care for yourself and then how to productively begin to bring interventions in your situation. And if nothing else, if you know you need to end, we will support you to do that. You can say to yourself, to your children, I've done everything I can to make it work. That's one of the things about the website. If you apply the program and at the end you feel And many people do, and it's right to do that, to step back from what is an abusive situation, to know that you have really tried, particularly if that love is there flowing between you, will help you let go, because you will be able to say to yourself and your children, you know, I've done what I can, and now I know it's time to go. And you alone know when that is. You might find this Christmas that it's the end. I felt that I had many feelings that it was the end, but they used to die down again, and the love used to be there. But that's not an excuse to put up with abuse. You alone know what you can put up with, and you need to decide that. And we never in this website want to ask you to go one step further than you feel you can go. If you've had enough, you need to disengage. We support you 100% of the way. But one of the things that our people say to us over and over again, that many are not ready to go yet. And often the advice that you get is just, oh, go away, leave them. But they're not ready to go. So it's this balancing act of, is there too much abuse? If there's too much going on that I need to get out? Or is there things that are worth saving? And my children used to beg me, you're not going to leave him, Mum, are you? Because there was a lot of good that went on. My husband was a binge drinker, and in between that time, there was a lot of good interaction that went on in our family. And so I went for that and kind of, gradually learned, found methods to reduce that. In the end, my husband used to take himself away, and the family just used to get on as if he wasn't there, but took obviously a while to get there. So you alone know what's best for you. Feeling at the end and being at the end are not necessarily the same thing. And you may really feel that intensely at Christmas. And it may be that that's the bit where in January you have that strength to disengage. Or maybe in January you have strength to say, okay, I'm going to tackle this more deeply. The intervention course that he did, we've got an intervention on the site anyways, but the intervention course that John has done really very much focuses on, looking at it, knowing what you're doing it, and doing it kind of properly. So that's for those for whom Christmas has become I'm going to really do something in January. Then the intervention course is for you. So if you're in pain, you matter. Your pain matters. Your loneliness actually is probably being felt by many, many other people behind closed doors. And I just want to connect with you and just say, I know how you feel. I'm so, so, so sorry that you're in so much pain, that your trust and your worth has been dishonored and undermined again. This should not be. No one should have to put up with this, but we do, because we are loved and we love. And I wish you, in the midst of this pain, the peace and the joy that comes from the love around us. Think of the love of your children, the love of your friends, the love of God, whatever you feel. Then that love then comes and fills up our hearts when we're lonely and in pain. And we love you all. We're here. We do this site because your pain and your journey, they matter to us. So bless you in the midst of this. Happy Christmas in the midst. You will get through this. There is a way through, and you can have a life that you deserve. Much, much love. Bye bye.